do some annealing here and then quenching there. So yeah, we're in shot. Okay guys, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to London, another live jewellery making session. Tonight, a brief one, just annealing some 9-carat yellow gold and ingot. We poured this ingot a couple of days ago, peened it 5 or 6 times. Yesterday we annealed this on the live stream because it had done its first pass through the rolling mills. And today was its second pass. I did it 4 or 5 times. Probably only about 0.4, 0.5 mil each time. And all it's really doing at the moment is basically giving it its finalised rolling mill shape, which is octagonal. It's almost like an octagonal cut gemstone. So it's got 4 large size and 4 small corner sizes, and so far so good. I'll give you a little close-up of it. It's starting to flatten off the large edges, but there's still a way to go. I think I said this in yesterday's live stream, if you're going to get cracking and issues, they normally start to form on these small octagonal edges that the rolling mill puts on. And so far so good, but I don't want to speak too soon because I've done this many times. I've done it many times live, but it's not always at the first few passes that any problems begin to materialize. It's usually a few rolls in, and even problems can be baked into the ingot if we've quenched it, you know, if we've heat treated it wrongly, but not peened it enough, if there's a pouring problem. But also you can, if you try and roll it too much, that in itself can cause cracking through. There's just a whole load of things that can go wrong. If you get the pouring wrong, let's lift the light up. If you get the heat treatment wrong, you can make it brittle. You can actually harden it. So yeah, you can cause problems that then the rolling mill compounds. But obviously, it could be perfect at this stage. If you try and roll it too much too soon, or in too greater increments, you can cause cracking through rolling. So yeah, every stage of this can bake problems into the cake. But yeah, so far so good. You can see there it's starting to, these start out rectangular, so it's starting to square it off and put the octagonal edges on. I think the octagonal edges are pretty well formed now. But yeah, I reckon the next 2 or 3 passes it'll be properly squared off, and then it will start to the percentage we start to reduce it each time will accelerate. Right, I think this needs more gas. I need more gas actually. I'm running low on gas as well. It's always something to do. Buy more propane. Also need a new one of these because the automatic light's gone. Right, I'm going to get this up to a dull red. I think I said this in yesterday's live stream. Get it up to a sort of, it's called straw red or cherry red. With silver, we do it quickly and then cool it down quickly, but I don't quench silver. Cool silver on a steel block. Dry quenching, I've called it. Gold, I get it up to red, a dull red, and then do something called heat soaking. So we just hold it there for a while, and then I let it cool down enough to be no longer red hot, still very hot, but not red hot. And then with the gold, I'm quenching it in water to cool it really rapidly. There's nuance I've discovered. A lot of the videos you watch and I've watched and books I've read and that you can read, they sort of lump everything into one, or you know, historically they did. There's like one process for all precious metals, but unfortunately it's not that simple. It's nuanced. So all the different metals, different alloys, even the different colours require slightly different treatment in terms of heat treatment and quenching and what have you at this process. It's different for soldering. Soldering, the quenching and what have you is a lot more forgiving, but at this stage it's really not. Right, you can quench sterling silver solder jobs after you solder them, no issues. If you quench in water red hot sterling silver, lots of problems occur. But even with this gold, I don't want to quench it when it's too hot. Like red hot like that now, I think can make the surface slightly brittle. The silver takes on board, if you quench silver when it's this hot, it takes on board water. When you put it through the rolling mills, it rolls it out, like it squeezes the water out like a sponge. It makes your rolling mills rusty. So that's the kind of colour we want and the temperature we want. I'll just hold it there, heat soak it for a moment. There are really detailed guidelines for how to do this if you're using a furnace, like a proper heat treating furnace. We're not, unfortunately. Right, what I want to do before I quench that is let that get back to, it's still going to be red hot, but resembling room temperature. It'll be far from it, but yeah, let that redness, it's kind of hard to make it out with the light on, but yeah, the redness is gone. I'm just moving it on the block to help it cool down. You could put it on the steel block, which will actually help suck the temperature up. But you can also tell whether you've quenched it too hot, because it's like dropping something explosive in the water. You want it to sort of sizzle, but not sound and appear like it's about to launch back out. I think that'll do. Ready for the sizzle? That's it. That's all you want. Just a little sizzle, not a rolling boil. Right, in the pickle. That'll get the fire scale off. Probably take 20 minutes, half an hour. And that's it. Another step closer to 1 mil silver wire. Right, see you next one. Toodles.